Hello. I'm going to be recording and trying to commentate over this game. This is a little prelude. I'm going to get this on GoTV. And this is going to be like really in-depth, like trying to analyze like what the enemy team are doing, things I like, um, things I don't like. Um, it's going to be things I like, things I don't like things the enemy team is doing, like using this little map. For example, like I'll take the map and show you stuff. It's gonna be probably like more than an hour, and I understand that's probably like way too much. So I'm just gonna try and really like try to give you the too long, like the overview, really upfront. Um, just like send you the issues I see. But you know, if you want to just watch it, just kind of like want to see what I think about it, um, go for it. I'll be glad. I hope this helps. Probably won't, because I'm probably pretty bad at this. We'll see. Anyway, first round. This is always pretty crucial. Yep, armor decoy, that's pretty standard. This guy seems to go for utility. Um, you have more people that I would like without armor, and if I'm being honest, these people should buy nades, but none of that's your fault, right? So, if we already have a guy quick up mid, and you're kind of holding long push, I like this. You always should hold the long push on pistol round, or get some info long, for this reason, right? Even if you don't get the kill, and don't get too greedy here by trying to push it, which you don't, and I like that. I can appreciate that a lot. You still see he's there. You get so much info knowing he pushes long. And even some demo reviews of pros, they're going to say, like, you always want a guy pushing... The bomb should not be pushing alone. That's an awful mistake. And there, you died here. And the reason you died is just because you whiffed on a duel. That's, again, no huge misplay. Maybe you wide peeked, then you could have jiggle peeked a bit more. But again, that's not really a big problem because you have teammates with you. Your teammates are supposed to support you. The bomb definitely should not be pushing up. If you lose this round, I wouldn't be surprised if it's because the bomb without armor is pushing up in a one-on-one duel. You might die pretty easily. And if he just dropped bomb long house and then took the duel, it would be a lot safer, even if he's still taking the one-on-one duel. And I had one more thing to say, which I'm forgetting, but I'm going to just let this play out as I do. So you're trying to ace split, which is understandable. But yeah, you always... Okay, this is what I was going to say. And of course, the guy loses the duel without armor, and he just drops a bomb in the middle of nowhere. And it's a 2-on-2 on paper, very even fight, but he doesn't have bombs, so you're just in so much pressure to get to the bomb in a minute, and CTs can just play around that. Anyway, you did a good idea by, like, if you're going to take A, you kind of always want a guy, like, at least kind of shoulder peeking or watching the long push, because that's just such a crucial part of the map that you can use to split A. Not that you should, like, go long every pistol round on Dust 2, but it's a good idea. And yeah, he's kind of screwed here. Obviously, not you, but that's not his fault. Bomb should not have went by himself. If he had just left... We're going to pause here. Oh, I hope I paused. Yeah, okay, I did. Okay, wrong button, but whatever, that's not the point. If he had left bomb here, the Ducat, pretty simply, could have just got bomb. It's unreasonable to say the CTs would also be focused here, both of them, if they didn't have bomb down. But he could have gone B, got a plant, you know, and I'm just going to set the crosshair so it's not really obnoxious. Sorry about that. That's just taking probably longer than it should. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Seriously. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to you. Alright. So, right off the bat, I don't see anything dramatically wrong with this. And you do the right thing. If your team doesn't do it, that's their team's problem. You force buy. And yep, your team doesn't do it. This is the perils of being a Nova 1 and playing matchmaking. You don't get a team that plays what they should. And again, you're going long again. And your team's joining you. Here, I think you need to push with your team out. Yeah, you need to. No. That's, okay. That's a mistake. You watch two of your teammates kind of die. And it's a bit comedic, I'm not even gonna lie, because you just watch them both get headshot instantly. But you have to push with them there. And not saying your teammates aren't at fault. They should have pushed together, but you also should have pushed together. You have to also accept you have the more responsibility here, because you have the armor and the Tech 9, and you could also argue, like, oh, I should be preserved more. But there, you don't really preserve anything. You get the trade. It's not that crazy. He's focused on two other people. You get the trade there. That's not that hard. You really need to do that. And this isn't trading. You're going one by one. This isn't trading. And you might die here because it's all just one by one duels. You don't die. Okay, you get the kill, but that's not what people would call an efficient trade. That's just 3-1 duels instead of 1v3. It's a 1v1v1, etc. You know what I mean. Tech 9s at long range are pretty bad. I think you notice, right? I think you should just get the bomb and regroup. Yeah, that's a shame. And that's kind of the mistake. I think you could have saved like one teammate's life by just going out with your first teammate and getting the kill on the guy with the only Tech 9. And then there you probably shouldn't be trying to go long with Tech 9s and CZs because it's long for a reason. It's a long range, setting. So you're just gonna get murdered if you only have pistols. This guy, but why? Okay, I feel very sorry for you. This guy definitely should not be buying. This is not your mistake. This isn't you not understanding the economy. This guy should not be buying at all. I can't really criticize anything you do too harshly. You're on full Glock. One thing I'll say, because your team is buying with the revolver. Is the revolver really this common? Yo, off topic, but I've seen like 2 demos today where the revolver is being used all the time. Like, what? But back on topic. Yeah, you probably should be like more with your teammates. I know Bomb's here, but like peak with your teammates because they're buying. So at this situation, you have to be like, all right, I don't think you guys should buy, but I'm gonna be bait for you guys. I'm gonna bait for you guys, and hopefully your weapons will get the kills, and it'll make it an easier round instead of me dying for free, which you basically just did. I'm gonna take some water, by the way. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me. This guy isn't gonna win it, but we'll try to analyze what he does. Oh, that's not even him. Let's see where this guy's at. He gets 1 kill, picks up the MP9 because there's more ammo. He quote-unquote got the kill. He got his teammate to team kill him, so economic damage done. The 600 in SMG money would have paid off because then he could have bought AK armor and some utility. Let's see, back to you, right? You have money, and you use it well. This is another demo I've seen with weird nade choices. This isn't ever gonna like really cripple you, and it's not that big a deal, but there's no reason really to buy the it's situational, so there's reasons, but I would much rather see the Molotov over the HE grenade. You have 100 left over, you don't need to save the $100. Look at it this way. The $100 aren't really gonna help you. You're going all in on this round anyway. Like, saving $100 when you're full all in seems a bit silly to me. If that was your logic. If not, it's not a big deal. Don't sweat on it. I'm not going to write that up or anything because who cares. The Mac 10 again. Dude, you had money. Let me just check the scoreboard. This dude had money for an AK. Okay, this Ferris wheel guy, I'm already not a fan. He should be buying. He should be buying AK armor. If he's not going to get utility, which he's not doing, get AK and armor and no utility instead of Mac 10 and armor and no utility. The Mac 10 is worse than the AK. Like it is. You're waiting for the B tunnels push, and they're pushing B tunnels. Issue. Very rarely are people going to push tunnels into T-spawn. And you already have a guy watching the upper tunnels push. This is kind of useless. I don't want to say you're baiting, because it's silly, but you're baiting. Half-heartedly saying it, of course. What I would rather have you do is either play with your team, going up cat, right? Or have this guy play with his team going up cat, and just you kind of stick around upper tunnels. And what I mean by that is not here. This is kind of silly. You're relying on the CTs to push T-spawn, which isn't going to happen often. Here, literally, if you just pushed up here, you're just as safe, right? As someone who's done this, like I've actually done this quite a bit, and when I played Dust 2 a lot, this is like the best place to watch a push, but you have to cross tunnels, so it's a bit risky. Here, you're not crossing anything. The CTs aren't getting here before you. You're just as safe, and you're just watching the push from a better angle. I obviously don't know if you're going to do this much, just a small mistake. And your team shouldn't be, I don't know how they're pushing cat, and I can't really analyze that, but you could have done better here.
We got this. Throwing fire.
You heard him. It's not look someone at me. You heard him. I think you heard him. I'm not going to... But if you heard him, you need to call that, and your teammate can't really die like that. And even then, it's not 100% for all. This guy definitely saw him. He shot as he crossed. He needs to call. Could be lower. And this guy should never die here. Unless he was, like, looking here and he just lost the fight. I didn't see that, so I probably shouldn't judge. Crosshair placement. Crosshair placement. What is this? What? Okay, this is okay because lower tunnels, yeah, sure, their heads are going to be a bit lower. But where you were aiming here at the bottom, um, you want to kind of this is awkward because you're not looking where I want you, but you want to be aiming like at head level at upper tunnels for like when you're at this side of the wall, and when you're on this side of the wall, you just want to focus on lower. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst crosshair placement. But you peek lower well. It looks like bad crosshair placement because he's in a off angle. He's in an off angle. If he's just holding lower, you're on his head, and you may not get the headshot, but you're at least aiming around his head. You're entering to be without the bomb. I hope you're gonna notice that you don't have the bomb because this is gonna cripple your round. And that's just some game sense or maybe lack of calling. Um, he probably should say, I died with bomb and T-spawn, and you would know. And yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. And now you're gonna try and wait for a pick, I think, and you're probably gonna get it. Yeah, that's smart. And whoa, that was a scary, scary play, and you should have died. I'm not even gonna lie. You were missing. That was you dead. He just legged you instead of getting the kill. But you're kind of tapping a bit awkwardly. That's more like of a whiff than like an actual game sense misplay. However, I'm just gonna talk. That was a nice play. I like that you just waited and you let them kind of, even if that guy didn't push, right? Even if that guy didn't push into your crosshair, you kind of let them get like ants in their pants. Like, where is he? Um, because there's so many angles, right? You could come from CT, come from mid, come from B, and that's kind of like there's only two people, and that's the misfortune. You can only watch two things, so you're kind of giving him a bit scared. So just hiding there, very good play, and then you end up converting. Get some water. So you're gonna have the op. The responsible thing to do for your team is watch mid or drop it. Yeah, that's also completely fine. Um, get the AK. You got your full utility. I want to see. Okay, this is. Can I hold that? Okay. Can I get third person here? I don't even know if I can. Um, however. Okay. Okay. My bad. But that's an okay smoke. Just, you saw where it landed, so you can replay that and see if it actually worked. That's a dumb smoke. Just smoke Xbox, dude. There's no point in smoking that, ever. I know you didn't throw it, but no point in smoking that, just in case you're wondering when you can smoke Xbox. You get hit by a scout mid. You kind of, I think you're being a bit too greedy. You know they have a scout mid. Just fall back to your teammates. You have so much utility that you can be using to help him out. Bomb should definitely not be peeking first here. I obviously don't like have his point of view, but the bomb shouldn't be this pushed up. You molly car. That's a nice little molly. And you're pushing up across the smoke. This should be a pretty clean conversion. I would prefer if you were pushed up with your teammate here, just because you're not really holding anything. I know you're like holding sight, but like you should just be pushed up and hold tight. You get the nice little kill. Good job. Quick conversion on their force buy. Let's see what their money's like. It's okay. They're gonna buy. If this guy can drop one person, they're gonna be able to buy. And I think he should drop. Nope, they are ecoing, and I don't like it. I really don't. I really don't think this is holding its merit. Yeah. Oh my, that's actually even worse for me. It's a bit awkward that I can't hold up tab and pause it. But the guy with like not that much money bought full armor. First off, you should be only buying head armor. You know they're gonna get AKs. That's an instant headshot. You should only be getting head armor. And he's, you know, that deagle could have been dropped, and I would have much preferred to see it drop. Let's get back to you, right? So you're holding mid. You see a guy mid, he dies. Again, your crosshair placement. You're aiming here. This is just no. You have to aim like here. Um, and you know, you already have a teammate pushed up cat, so I'm not like saying you have to check every corner. That's not, I don't want you to misinterpret it like that. But you should just be aiming at head level, even if you have a teammate up cat. Maybe he's irresponsible and doesn't check this corner that you're aiming at right now. And let's see how you do it on A site, because that's where it really matters, right? Okay, this is crucial. I'm giving you a pass here, but yes, because your teammate did check it, but yes, you should like check these methodically. Checking goose and then checking site is one of the, it's easiest thing I think to check on a site methodically, because it's like check goose and then site. Let's see how you do it, and let's see how your crosshair placements holds up. This is like I think going to be a pretty defining moment, even though you're probably going to win the round. It's 5-1-2. Okay, So you shoulder peek Goose. You don't aim at Goose, but I'm gonna give you half credit here because you don't aim at Goose at all when you shoulder peek it, but at least you shoulder peek it instead of full wide peeking this. And from this angle, you are full wide peeking it, but only after you cleared out Goose. You clear out barrels. I like it. And yeah, you clear outside. Your teammates clear outside. That's pretty good. I'm not, there are obviously things you can improve. I would have preferred when you peeked Goose just to aim at Goose, obviously. But then, you cleared sight pretty methodically. You didn't really, just run in guns blazing. And you convert this round that they should have buy on. But now they're definitely going to buy. If they don't buy, I'm going to, just leave because that's kind of absurd. And yeah, they buy. Of course, I'm tilted. Mr. Genius, who bought full head armor, right? And Deagle last round, he now only has a UMP. This is why I don't like it, right? Listen, let's just do some math, right? If he didn't get this UMP, so that's like 1200. He doesn't get head armor here, so that's 1500. He doesn't get head armor last round, that's 1800. Let's say he skips out on the kit this round, that's like 400, and he skips out on flash. He could get a FAMAS. He could get a FAMAS, body armor, and a flash. And that's not a great buy, but neither is getting this isn't a great buy either. He only has like 2 flashes for utility. The head armor is irrelevant. His kit, he has a teammate with a kit. Not let's say like 2 kits are still important, but like it's not. Kits are sometimes overrated in low ranks where like everyone feels like they need to buy a kit. And like that's not always the case, I'm gonna be honest. The UMP after nerf is not that great of a gun. I mean, it's very good for its cost, but it's not that great, and that's his buy. It's weak. This is why you ask for a drop, like ask for a pistol instead of just getting a deagle. Because if he didn't get that deagle last round, he could get like a M4 this round. All these decisions do add up. And okay, again, please more methodical when you peek. That's something I'm noticing. For example, you kind of just wide peeked headshot and then into barrels instead of just like kind of shoulder peeking, kind of like checking headshot, and then you move to barrels, and then you move to big box or whatever. You kind of just run right through. And obviously, you don't get burned because there's no CT peeking it, and now you can just hold this angle. And you get opt, which is unfortunate. Of course, you survive, which is good. Stop with this position. No, 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 no. You're gonna have to stop playing this position, and I don't want to be too harsh, but it's useless. It's a useless spot, I'm gonna be honest. It's useless unless you're saving a gun as a CT. Because the chances of someone pushing into T-spawn are so unlikely, and even if that does happen, there are better places to watch it from where you also could watch it if they just pushed into lower. It's just more versatile to watch it from the little neck of the tunnel here. And I know what you're saying, well, I have so little HP, as soon as I take a fight, especially with a UMP or P90, not that you knew they had them, but still, I'm dead. Well, they're not gonna, if they check in here, they're also gonna check that neck. And they're not gonna check either, I'm just gonna spoil that. They're gonna be focused on watching lower, and they're not gonna check, like, do an immediate spin, because it's really uncomfortable. It's not gonna happen a lot of the time. Just play the neck of the tunnel, play the actual tunnel itself here, and, like, you're closer to the action, and I think it's just a lot better, frankly. A little thing with crosshair placement. I believe this was I don't know if you've seen this video, but there's CS:GO analyst Launders who does a bit of a breakdown on some crosshair placement. It's actually smarter to put your crosshair around here, because if the guy pushes tunnels, you don't have God reactions. I assume you already know this, right? I hope I'm not breaking the news. But you don't have God reactions, right? So you're gonna have to have some time to adjust. So if you're watching here, he's gonna push and you're gonna shoot and you're gonna miss. You're gonna have to flick to him. At least you're aiming at his head, and at least you're aiming where he's coming out of, but it's still not where it perfect, quote unquote, would be. So you should just be aiming. Give yourself a little time to adjust, just so you have the idea. Your team's pushing up cat. I think you have to join him here. Even if you have low HP, you hear they're not pushing. I think you just have to go cat with them. You have to meet up with your team. Watching the B tunnels push, yep, you see nothing's here. You don't want to distract B, because distracting B is kind of useful, but like, if you just get caught with one bullet while you're quote-unquote distracting, you're dead, and that sucks. Okay, you just kind of stay here. Yep, looks like you're trying to do mid to B. Your bomb gets cut off, so you're walking. I wouldn't be surprised if your team called you out on baiting here. That's all I'm going to say. So you're going to say B's clear to your teammate, but it doesn't really matter because they have bomb, so of course B's going to be clear. They're just watching the bomb. I would actually like for your teammate to peek CT while you peek door. That's what I think is optimal here. And you peek door without your CT peeking CT at the exact same time, but that's always hard to coordinate, don't get me wrong. So you're kind of slowly, methodically clearing it out. You check out CT mid, you see the guy palm tree, and he has a rifle, so I think you have to play a lot more passively, try to bait for your teammate. Because, just one shot, even like some wall bangs from that rifle are going to get you killed. And I'm not gonna lie, your teammate here is the playmaker. I'm gonna stick on your point of view, but yeah, that's the play he has to make. He gets the pick. He gets the second pick. You have to thank your teammate if you win this round. That is, oh, he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. Yeah, he doesn't. That sucks. That really does, but he has 0 time. Um, not, I think you took too much time. Honestly, I think you were watching tunnels for a bit too long. And even if you were splitting B, I would have liked you to be in upper tunnels or at least like with your teammates. Because when you have so little HP, solo taking something, like mid splitting B is always harder when the one guy who's doing it has so little HP that he can die instantly, and the CTs can redivert their attention to mid. Because there's only one guy pushing tunnels. You're going B again. I see a trend. You like your B. Um, but I think you're, as a team, are hitting it. That's a flash that's not going to help. They see it bouncing. Just bounce it off the wall next time. Not a big deal. Smoke Xbox, dude. Whoever's smoking cat here is a bit silly. He's gonna get some kills, which is... Sure, it's useful, but... Smoking Xbox, is generally what you would like to do pretty much 100% of the time there. Smoking cat is just like, you give them extra visibility that they shouldn't have, and you don't need to give them. Nice smokes to let you get on site, let you kind of wrap around, just in case your teammate was like getting still in the fight there. You can trade it a lot better. You molly window, you smoke tunnels. I would have rather seen you smoke door there, but you had a teammate opping it, but I still would have rather seen you smoke door and your teammate can watch tunnels. But minor thing. And you kind of watch tunnel smoke, which is fine. Ooh, I cringed. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, First things first, if your teammates are exposed to tunnels, you have to be peeking that. I'm gonna lie. The reason you would hide there, right, is because if there's a guy tunnels, you don't want him to see you, so he doesn't shoot you and kill you. However, if the teammate's exposed to tunnels, it doesn't matter if the guy tunnels sees you, because he's gonna be shooting your teammate, and you can trade a lot faster if you're able to watch it too. Now, you should have traded that, but you whiffed, right? You missed. You had some bad aim, happens. But you should have traded that probably a bit better while he was shooting your teammate, and maybe you could have gotten it a bit easier. You win the clutch, of course, doesn't necessarily come back to haunt you. I guess you lose some money for dying because you don't get to save your weapon, but it's not the huge deal. You buy an op. Get a Molotov. Yeah, you should probably be getting Molotov here. Not a huge deal again. Let's see how you play. I would really hate to see you watch upper tunnels again with the op, but I think you're gonna be watching mid. Yep, you do. You had a bad spawn, so you already see one cross. Your teammate gets that shot down, which is nice. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that like the CTs were AFK, so you didn't actually see all of them cross, and you would see this guy watching mid and get a pick, but again, not your fault. The CT should be AFK to begin with. But you see him? Oh, you hate to see it. He had all the time in the world, and he kind of shoot a bit under pressure. Happens, though. That's, again, you're not going to, like, fix that with a mentality issue. I assume something in chat is being said. Yeah, it is. Watching the long push, again, I respect it. It's important. No. It's a minor thing, but if you're going to wallbang that, just make sure you're not exposed to the gap. Because if you shoot, well, the guy will peek it, right? Because, okay, the op can't insta-fire after he just shot, so he'll peek it, get the info, or even the kill. So just, it's really minor, and it happens to everybody, like, even me. But you do want to, like, wallbang when you're not exposed, right? Just minor. You have to, okay, this is kind of, your teammate needs to drop bomb, or you need to get to your teammate. And you can't teleport, so the teammate should definitely drop the bomb, but you also should have definitely been with your teammate. Or the communication had to be better, so you could tell your teammate, I'm gonna watch long. Can you hold up a bit? And he wouldn't be this pushed up. This probably won't cost you because there's no guy in A site or no guy like up cat to get the bomb down. But I'm just saying. And here you're watching mid. I like the setup from the CTs because if you get one of the guys mid, the guy lower can trade him. which might happen. You're going at the pace of a snail. Okay, I guess you, when you're scoped in, you don't have to walk. Because if you're scoped in and you're just like holding W with like without walking, you don't make noise. When you're not scoped in, yeah, you do make noise if you're running. But still, damn, you're going really slow for 30 seconds and your teammate already on site. Your priority here kind of has to be get to your teammate, not get a kill. As upsetting as that may be in a 2-on-4. But you do get to your teammate. Teammate is lucky enough to have no one necessarily on A site. You hear a guy CT, I assume you call it out because you point there. You are in a crappy spot. And here's why. First off, it gets checked by the CTs, but that's not why it's crappy. It's crappy because it's exposed to long. And if it's like a 2-on-1 in your favor, or if it's even a 1-on-1, I'm fine with this. I'm more lenient on it. It's a 2-on-4 though. You have to expect they're coming from everywhere because they are. There's a guy CT, two guys cat, and a guy long. But you can't obviously a wall hack and see this, but still you should expect it because it's a 2-on-4. They're coming everywhere. If the guy long comes, he's killing you because you're focused on cat. It's just it's an awkward spot when you are at such a map control disadvantage, to put it that way. And you miss your shot and you die, and they're gonna lose this round. Yeah. Oh, maybe. No, he's gonna lose this round actually. If he wins this, I'm gonna be so upset with the CTs. I'm so upset. No, okay, they won it. Thank God. Yeah, but that was probably a bit poorly played. They could have peeked him at the same time instead of giving up 2 lives for nothing. Yeah. You missing the shot isn't the big deal, I hope. That's what I want to get across. It's more that you should have definitely just not been playing there. Though, like, you were under so little time, I understand why you would play there, because it's like, oh, I have to get to a spot immediately for post plan. I would actually rather have seen you just play Ninja, like, behind that box, because that way you're not exposed to long. You would still get traded on Cat, don't get me wrong, but at least you're not exposed to long, and in theory, it's a better place to play. You're going upper tunnels again, and I don't like it, because I've seen you go upper tunnels so many times, and you not do that great, but... yeah, that early smoke is, like, good if you're rushing it, but your team is so far behind that... your team is so far behind, and they're actually, like, by B, it's not really a fake. And don't get me wrong, it's, like, kind of a fake, because you're not going B, but it's not really a good fake, because... if I could put it this way, you're devoting one person's utility, just one person's, right, into faking it. And your team is still going B to A, so you're still taking the time for them to realize, oh, they're going to go B, but then we scared them off or whatever, and they rotated. It's more of a rotate than a fake. So I like that smoke early when you're rushing it or you're faking it, but I think it's better just to save the smoke, especially because you have to kind of expect the CTs to pre-nade it, right? And if they smoke tunnels after you throw that off the wall smoke, you kind of have to either push the smoke for your smoke to become useful, which is just not optimal. Anyway, you rotate out. You're gonna flash over mid, I assume. Okay, don't hold your flash out like that though. You're gonna get killed from cat. It's gonna be a bit silly. If you died from cat, I would be a bit upset. Your bomb should just get with you. Like, come on, dude. I understand watching tunnels is smart because it is likely that the CTs may push tunnels for info, but the bomb should not be the one to do it. This, as much as I've talked about like how you may be baiting, this is smart, yeah. What are you? You have to turn around a bit faster than that when you hear him. Yeah. Okay, you need to run out. I think it's a 3-on-1, dude. There's no point to keep committing to this fight. You do get the kill, but I think you should just go CT and meet up with your team, play it a bit safe. And once you establish that he may be saving, then you can push him as a team. But that was smart. Watching the flank is there. You should have bought a smoke. Smokes are the most useful nades. Just, I don't know if you know this, but, like, all around, smokes are definitely going to help you the most, I think, because they do so much. Flashes can win you a fight, smokes can win you a round. You watch mid here, they smoke it. You watch if anyone's pushing past that smoke, maybe trying to go lower. Respectable. Smart move by the CTs, of course. They smoke it to imply that, hey, we're not doing anything fishy. It's a default, and 5 of them rush down long. And you're going to get destroyed here, because the op can't kill 5 people at once. But you hear him. Why are you going for the no-scope? You have to scope in as soon as you hear him. And you're still going to get punished, don't get me wrong, but at least you can get like 1 kill and then get flanked instead of like, you just no-scoped and it was like kind of pathetic. And now the CTs have a chance. They definitely have a chance of saving an op, which is already pretty bad. But they have a chance of winning the round also, which sucks. They won't though. Oh, yeah, no, they won't. They won't. If this guy got caught out, I was going to like cry, but he didn't. Oh, it was awful. No, that happens actually to me all the time. Never mind. I should bit hypocritical. Oh, that was actually awful though. There. Oh God. I thought that was a T for a second. I was like really disturbed, but no, you're in a good setup. You're gonna win this round. The CT, it's easy to say from hindsight he shouldn't be there, but he also didn't expect like these guys to suck on cat and like be able to actually win the round. But yeah, the P250 should just run in and try to get a kill. He's saving nothing. He's saving one P250 for a buy round. Op definitely should just get the hell out. P250 is playing for exits, but I would rather see him be bold because playing for exits is just he's gonna die in any fight like that. Excuse me. Off topic, but we're gonna talk about that CT who just died. Here's a really here's just like tips for you because you're gonna be in this situation. Saving a gun as a CT all the time. You getting kills on the T as exits are very, very rarely more beneficial than you saving the gun. The risk reward is just so much better. Just run away. Like this guy, we're just gonna pull this up, right? Stop holding long. I understand. Oh, I'm going for an exit. Dude, stop it and just get the hell out. It's so much better just to run out. Uh, not your mistake, obviously. It's their mistake, I think. But having an op here is just so beneficial. And he doesn't, he has no armor. He's probably not going to win a fight if he gets into a quote-unquote, I'm going to get an exit situation, right? Okay, he found the T to get an exit on. He's dead. He has no armor. It's close range. Just run and be thankful that you have an op to save. So that's just something that tilts me because I see it all the time. Like higher ranked games, people just like peak so stupid saving a gun. Just I think you should always play conservative when you're saving a gun. Is that Justin Verlander or Matt Harvey? One of the two. Either way, they both are kind of out of their prime. Anyway, off avatars, and let's go back to you, wherever you are. Here you are. You're rifling, and it looks like you're going to be trying to take long. Quality smoke. It does land how it should. Damn, dude, this dude just took B. Don't get me wrong, not smart. not smart on a gun round just to run out B guns a-blazing, but he made it work. So sometimes it's understandable, like if you're just if you feel like I'm better than them, I'm gonna beat him. And he obviously backed it up by beating him. What are you doing? This is a mistake by the entire T side, and you to an extent. Um, let me just pull it up, right? Let's show what happened, right? This dude just ran into B, barreled in, got 2 kills. He took out their B defense for all intents and purposes, right? Because they have a guy mid, they have like a guy long, and they have like a guy car or something. Let's say like this is their setup. The point is they have 2 people A, they have 1 guy mid, and they have 2 people B. This dude just totally won you guys around, because you guys can just run up A and take A. And I know what you're saying. Well, I don't want to be like, the guy throwing the round, giving him an easy pick. Listen, just shoulder peek it for a bit. If nothing's happening, right? Just like kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth around this wall, right? If nothing's happening, take it. This is why, well, flash, optimally, I would like you to flash over and drop into CT spawn, but that's a bit maybe like too crazy, right? Just, I would prefer you just to like try to take A, because you know this guy has distracted them. You know that you can hear them like rotating, I imagine. I'm sure some of your teammates saw them, right? You just have to kind of barrel into A, and it's not just your fault. These guys are caught up into mid. If you guys lose this round, this is a round you definitely shouldn't have lost. This guy opened up B for you. Look at them, right? They had 2 people B. Let's say they have 2 people A, right? And 1 guy mid. Let's look at this, right? This guy's rotating here. This guy is like here, and this guy's here. They're all out of position. I hope you guys win this round, though. You have a man advantage anyway. Stop it. Get some help. No. All jokes aside, just flash over this wall because you exposed yourself to Goose when you flashed, but I criticized you pretty heavily on not taking A, and now you're taking A, so I kind of feel bad. Anyway, yep, this is the smart decision. You see, oh, they all rotated off. You're not doing a great job checking your corners, but it's understandable. You realize they've rotated off. This guy, well, don't we have a fancy planter here? And I don't like it. He can get killed from CT here, and just how kind of soul crushing would it be if you guys lost the round because he died from CT here, right? So obviously not your mistake, but if you're in that position, just plant like safer, just plant like closer to the box. You're still planting it for long. Um, and I prefer that plant in general, but that's a story for another day. You're holding your post plant. You're kind of watching a wall. Sadly, they're not going to come through that wall. You kind of should be watching along here, or you should be peek the cat and watching cat. Excuse me. Like that, right? You're kind of watching car, and it kind of doesn't burn you, but you get caught off guard. Your team wins this round. Uh, it's all on that man Dimented Teddy just for taking B, putting him, pull the CTs rather, all out of position. Major props to him. So I'm gonna take notes of what I've noticed, right? Not on this paper, dude. This is a paper of value. Um, so you flash over long for your teammate. Pretty good timing. Your teammate does get wrecked though. Here, your teammate should just call it. There's like 80 people there. Get the hell out. Just get out. Have one person maybe hold the push. I personally don't like it because it's easy to get that one person pushed out or killed out. But this is still fine. Definitely don't devote the team here. And I'm going to be starting to write down what I notice are some mistakes, I believe. You die here. But the CT should just save here. They have 2 AKs. They're probably not retaking this with no armor and no health. So I think they're going to save. Nope, they're pushing. I disagree, but whatever. Yeah, he's saving. What is he doing? This is what I mean. Just run. Go to T-spawn. Why are you going for exits? This is so silly. Like, of course he gets killed. He has 30 HP, no armor. I don't care if you have a 3K. Run! You're so much more beneficial to have an AK next round. I haven't been keeping up with CT's economy because demo watching in CSGO is broken, so you have to get rid of this, the demo UI, to see their money. But, like, look at this. They don't have perfect utility. This guy has to go on an MP7. Actually, no, he doesn't. He has 22k left over. He's an idiot. Never mind. But he could have, you know, benefited from having an AK. You're still watching down mid. You know, that's fine. Not a big deal. Nice job. You see him, you kind of focus, and then you get the kill. I can appreciate that. Your teammate, oh, wow. Like, you're getting some great teammates here, putting some distractions on him, because he just, like, really made them have to worry about B. And you get some nice little kills here. That's pretty sweet. Aw, I want to see what he said. Last round of half, dude. Get some nades. Again, you wide peek B a lot more than you should. I'm gonna pause that first to write it down, but also, triple ops. Woo! You really need to like. Again, it's not burning you, but don't be surprised if it does, right? Like, if you just kind of run across instead of like, if you have a good spawn, I understand it because you want to get here fast. But if you don't, I'll know if you did, so I'll cut you slack there. But if you didn't, you definitely want to like just kind of scope in and watch headshot box, then like kind of move your crosshair as you're scoped in to that barrel, to the box. And if you don't see anything, then you could play off that, play off what your team is doing, of course. And I'm gonna write this down, sorry for the delay. But in general, yeah, I've seen you do it like twice. So just wide peeking. We're gonna go back to, yeah, like that. Why would you peek even? Like, what's the point? You get kind of just like tagged for no reason. And yeah, like, it's just silly. Just scope in before peeking. Generally, you want to do that, especially on like tight angles like that. Ooh, nice job by your teammate checking that corner. They have info bomb is long. He is going to get screwed in about 2 seconds. Nope, he left before he could get full flanked. Yeah, this is good. Oh, I'm vomiting. Don't do this. Why? Meet up with your team here. No. Stop. 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 I don't know what your team is saying here, but you only had 2 people. Okay, I'm gonna try and explain this the best way I could here. Alright. So, this is before you just died, right? This was the situation. You guys got 1, 2. There's a guy like here. There's a guy like here. And you're here. The issue is, the guy that just died, Beach, I would love for him to be the quote-unquote playmaker because he had an AWP, but he had 4 HP. Expecting him to playmake is, a bit unlikely. What you have to expect him here is kind of be bait, and then get traded. So you kind of have to hope him to trade this. As soon as this guy dies, you have to be like, okay, this pick would be super sweet, but I'm running. Because here you really have to play the 2-on-2. You're making him play a 1-on-1, and you don't know where he is. You don't know that he's in tunnels. Obviously, you don't know he's in tunnels. Otherwise, you would not be watching mid. Just, you have to get with your teammate here. You really do. This is just really bad, honestly, because you are taking too much time trying to get a pick in a 2-on-2 where, like, if you get the post plant, you don't really need a pick. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe you do kind of leave. Hopefully your teammate trades here. No, he gets the play. Okay, he does trade, so that's good. And I'm sure when this happened, you thought to yourself, wow, thank God I stood there. Don't. You should have helped your teammate. If he died to this guy, like, you really should have already been in the long house when he quote-unquote died. Obviously he didn't die, he got the kill, he got the trade. But come on, man. You have to be with your teammate a bit faster. We're going to zoom into the next half. You have done pretty well, your team has done pretty well, though. And so you get the armor buy. Solid. Obviously, like, I'll never criticize an armor buy and pistol round. You got the full armor buy. So you're playing B. Cross, make sure you can watch Suicide, and you're playing B. I don't like the CT setup, though. Putting 3 people B is a bit unnecessary unless this guy's gonna watch window, which he is, so that's fine. But yeah, this is bad. You really, because first off, they just rushed up Cat, and you don't expect that, but you really need a dude watching Cat here, and that's not to say you shouldn't have 2 people long, because you should. I think putting 2 people long is the best way to do it. That's my opinion. But I also think the guy mid has to be spotting Cat, and if he says, like, I'm smoked off Xbox, which I don't think he was, but we'll actually watch, make sure, we'll see if he is, right? Right? He's not smoked off Xbox, okay. So he's not smoked, so he has to call, like, oh, I see them up Cat, and then these guys can adjust accordingly. And he's gonna die. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna die at least, right? Sorry for this, we're gonna have to go back to you. Let's see how you rotate here. I think you're gonna rotate pretty quickly, because nothing's happened, B. And I think you're gonna push tunnels. No, you're gonna... Okay, I like this better, honestly. Pushing tunnels here is taking too much time. And yeah, the long guys played smart, because trying to... I mean, to an extent, you have a long-range advantage with your pistol, so trying to retake it, like, with some peek shoots, not committing, and just kind of shoulder peeking is probably how I'd do it, but you don't want to try and take sight back, like, running back through ramp. This is an okay spot. You saw he had no armor, and I think you should have tried to get that kill. He probably would have died, but I would have tried to get that kill because I saw he had no armor and bomb. That's a pretty crucial kill. You see him up Cat, and you're calling. Yeah, hopefully you're calling to your teammates to see him Cat because yep, they're looking Cat. So I'm assuming you're making that call, and this is understandable. You just kind of want to make sure they don't get to go to B, and you see them fall back, and that's where that info comes into play. I like the fact that you're not just sticking to mid, because these guys can go watch your like. If they go out mid, the guy CT can watch it, and you need to be the guy like anchoring B. And you should call for your teammate to rotate to mid. And yep, your teammate is rotating to mid. Let's see how you hold this. Nice shot. And yep, this is so smart. I actually really like this. You miss a couple of shots, you're like, there's no point in contesting. We saw the last 2 guys. I'm just waiting for my teammate to rotate. I don't even like the fact you're committing here. Obviously got the kill, and it's not as big a deal because your teammate's already there, but I would have just hid behind the box. I would have gone that far. Let's see, we buy. MP7, the kit. Eh, yeah, I mean, cool. You have 4 kits. That's, oh god, this buy is not good. And you're really lucky they don't know how to buy after not getting a bomb plant. You should be buying here. You should be buying. Um, don't get me wrong, that's you should be buying here. You should also not be buying 3 scouts. These guys see all 5 long. They see all 5 long, you should get out. What are you doing? Either he didn't call himself all 5 and bomb, or you're not rotating properly. You need to rotate as soon as you see all 5, because there's literally no point in staying there because all 5 are long. But I guess he didn't communicate all 5, which is understandable. You're going for the flank. You have 2 kits, so I understand why it takes a bit more time, but it's a bit more worth it. You should be getting the... Oh, that's unfortunate. That's timing. That's not even your fault. I'm sure you probably could have gotten that kill in a little better fashion, but, like, you also have to check pit there. So you totally don't misplay it, don't get me wrong. Let's see if this guy does it. That would be a pretty big win. He does not have a kit, though, but there's one right in front of him. That's... Oh my god, pick up the kit, dude. Doesn't matter. Hard round to lose because they full ecoed, which shouldn't even be happening. Their long player, I don't know how they did it, but I think you should throw a nade there. And I don't think they threw a nade. As a long player, you want to throw a nade. And the reason I know they didn't throw a nade, because if you throw a nade into 5 unarmored Glock rushers, that does big damage. And you're forcing here, which is smart. You generally like force buying until a team wins 2 rounds in a row. That's the quote-unquote meta. They went for another long push with bomb leading, but he drops bomb. Never mind, that's all good. You get blinded. That's a fake, of course, and you recognize it. The guy's pushing upper. He's calling uppers clear. You're rotating. Save. This is where I'd save, honestly. Well, bomb is implanted. That's hyperbole. You're gonna die here, but that's not because of you not saving. Okay. This dude saves his armor. I know it's like getting all in people's cases for going for exits. I'd actually go for exits here because you're saving a pistol, and that's very different, and you have full health. Saving a pistol to me is very different because, first off, I think it's less valuable than a rifle. I don't think that's controversial. And second off, it's a lot more useful close range, and you could play a lot more like crazier corners with it and get exits. So, you know, this is a decent corner. He's gonna get kind of picked from long range. I'd prefer he played this corner because he won't get picked from long range. If he survives, that's kind of hilarious. Oh my, okay. Yeah, I was a bit worried he was going to survive there, which should never happen. Sorry. You guys should save here. This is definitely a full save situation. And you guys do full save it, bar for some smokes. And this Ferris wheel guy decided to get a smoke. Or a deagle, sorry. I have to take that praise of this Teddy man. You know, he got those huge kills at B on T side. Dog, what are you doing? Well, let's look at this dude's money. What are you doing? Just first off, ask for your drop, dude. Ask for like Hex to drop you 5-7 or CC. Stop. Don't get what. What's even the point of getting head armor here, man? Like it's just a mistake, man. That's a bad buy. And if you guys eco, because oh this guy can't buy, let's all eco. I'm completely not in favor, and that's probably gonna cost you some rounds. Smart. You stack long because you know they've been taking long all the time. A bit of an awkward. What? No, don't. Those 2 guys got it all wrong. I'm kind of upset. Why was he even going for it? He should know. Is he getting team killed? Yeah, you are. Okay. Haha. But he should know, like, okay, I'm late, and they're already on B. Let's not go for it, right? I'm gonna just save, because we're not gonna win the round, because they already have B. Even if I would have bought previously. But then he just buys us after they have B. He's like, oh, let me get M4 head armor. And he dies because he tries to retake B. Yeah, and yeah, you should use this spot to save. Get the kill, double tank, save the FAMAS. Honestly, I know it's like there's no point in saving it, but you might as well have something, right? Better than having nothing. Because you do have to drop the 0 hex guy. Thank God there's a timeout. I have to use the bathroom. Nah, I'm kidding. We're gonna just skip through this though. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are buying. Little tip here. I don't know how often you do this, but skip the head armor. Skip the head armor, get like an HE grenade, especially because you're playing B, but HE grenades can be more useful. You, I don't, I, when I was new, I read this all the time, but I don't know if you have. You kind of never, yeah, you don't need head armor when you're a CT on a full buy. That's, okay, I'm assuming many people don't know it apparently, because they're gonna have AKs and ops. AKs and ops don't care if you have head armor. They're gonna one-shot headshot you all the time. Um, and at this point, you know they have AKs and ops because they've won like 4 in a row. Let's just, yeah, they won 3 in a row. That was an unfortunate push. I don't even blame the idea because there wasn't too much noise. It's just unfortunate. But you could get so much more nades that way. Crosshair placement was a bit poor, but you get the kills regardless. You were kind of aiming at their feet, which, you want to aim at the head, but yeah. I'm gonna write that one down as well. Nice kill. I actually didn't watch it. That looked pretty cool from what I could see. We're gonna kind of skip ahead. This looks kind of boring. Smart, you do want to watch tunnels. As soon as your teammate dies, yeah, you have to get with your teammate just so you can play together. Who cares if he gets the bomb and goes B somehow, right? Like, then you have to retake B together. You have to play together here. I don't like it, honestly. I think you need to play together just for the Surfire win, and that's why. Obviously you have well, first off, you have bomb down, don't you? Yeah, just play with bomb. I understand what you're saying. He could flank from B. And yeah, that's unfortunate, but if you play with your teammate, like, here and here, well, you're not exposed necessarily to B tunnels, right? So he has to flank a long way. And even then, you can try and trade. You can try and turn around. It will be harder. But seriously, I think you should have played with your teammate there. I think that was a mistake. Uh, you should know he can commit to only one side. As soon as you don't hear him running out B about now, you have to rotate to A. Yeah, you should rotate to A. You hear him not on B. And he has so little time, you should have rotated a bit quicker, but, don't get the op. If you get the op, I'm going to be triggered. You didn't, thank God. I would have preferred to see you go up cat. I think, well, he mollied it, so I get what I deserve, I guess. But, I think retaking from CT is a bit harder. Then again, one-on-one, it's a bit more blurred. Don't jump peek. Yeah, good. You're walking. You should win this just because you're walking all the way. He doesn't really know where to look. Yeah, nice one. You win it, but it's a bit closer than I think it should have been. I think you should just trade it with your teammate there. I don't know if your teammate was calling, like, I hear him, mid, can you come help me? But regardless, I think you should have just been with him. I think you should drop someone. Let's look at the money. Yeah, I think you definitely need to drop someone here. Yeah. Why are people buying so much head armor? That's tilting, but you definitely should have dropped someone, like an M4 and kept the AK if you so please. And, you know, kind of smoke it off. Ooh, unfortunate miscommunication. And yeah, you hear him out B. You get the spray down, dude. The lawnmower. Nice job. That's always a good spot to play. But generally when you get flashed, yeah, you always kind of retreat into this little corner and you can get some nice little kills. Crosshair placement, I'm not even gonna lie. I can't criticize it that much, but it wasn't the best. You're kind of aiming at their body. Nice shots, though. Good job getting some kills. You should get a Molotov. Because you're playing B, right? B is like a really nice little place to have Molotovs at. Kind of just cross, no cares. I'd smoke mid, but, that's not going to cripple you. You really have to communicate who's smoking B as a team here. Anyway, you get the call that bombs there, you rotate. Pretty textbooks, pretty standard stuff. I can appreciate it. Ooh, I actually can't hit that jump. It's useful, but yeah. This is your best bet. You have to put 3 people on A, because even if they go B, well, one person, if you split up your forces and you keep one person on B, one person isn't going to hold off 5 people, so you really just have to put 3 people here and try to win it like that. But you're still in kind of a crappy spot. Yeah, I would tell your teammate to save and just try to get some kills here, because you have some money. Just try to hurt their economy. Yeah, your teammate should have probably just ran cat or something, which they might have been trying to do. Or you're trying to ninja defuse. I don't like it. You should have peeked when he was planting the bomb. Okay, get out and save, yeah. No, don't go for it, dude. Throw your nade maybe, and you're lucky they're whiffing their shots. Um, but you gotta get out and save, I think, after you get those 2 kills. Don't go for the ninja, man. That was way too greedy, and I think you know it. You should have tried to kill the guy planting and just tried to get some kills and try to win the round. That's the highest way I think you win the round, because you don't even have the smokes to ninja defuse, right? So, and he was planning in the open for cat. Not that you knew it, but still. Hmm. First off, don't get the head armor. This is a mistake. You can save some money, maybe get a smoke. I think you should buy, and I think like you should full buy here. Let's look at your team money. Yeah, you're the one saving the most, and your team is like getting FAMASs and M4s. They're committing to this buy, so I think you need to buy as a team, even though the 5.7's pretty good and it will work out, I think, as well as the M4s will, and that probably is going to be not that good. And you're going to get caught out here, which is a shame. Oh my god, the reaction time of a snail. You get the kill at the end, though. And, woo, you turn this one around. Mostly that Teddy man making plays again, despite that really awkward CZ buy like 10 rounds ago. I'm disgusted. This is really poor. This is actually, unless your teammate was telling you to do it, this is actually, I think, an awful decision. Just because you're taking forever in a situation where time is key. Because your teammate's basically under a timer, if you can understand that, right? Because he's under a timer, because as soon as they push, bar he pulls something out of his bag of tricks, it's a 2-on-1. He's going to get traded, and then you kind of have to trade him. And you can trade him by being pretty close, you know. If you're going T-spawn, you're making his timer, like, well, his timer's still the same. You're just hurting him more. And you're kind of killing him here. You're really lucky they're not pushing. But what would change if you went from lower? You would get the exact same result, except it would be faster if you walked. I don't know if one of them may be watching lower. I might lie, but no, dude, they got the kill. You have to go a bit faster. You have the M4, you have the kit. You gotta go faster. You really have to go faster here. They heard you drop the weapon. You gotta. And this is the flaw. First off, you could have killed the guy planting. You should have peeked. I don't know if you heard the guy plant, but you should probably have peeked when you heard him plant. Second, this is why you go lower, because this way you're so much faster. And the issue with this isn't a flank anymore. This is just a retake. If you come cat really like fast like that, with like trailing them like fast, they're gonna be flanked. The way you're coming up cat now, they're expecting is, okay, he's probably gonna come up cat. He probably just came from lower. Um, Not like they don't know that you've been flanking your entire way. And yeah, you die immediately. So the issue with that is that you kind of turn what could have been a flank into just a normal retake. You kind of let your teammate out to dry. Here's where you save. I think you should. Maybe drop some pistols because you have a lot of money. That's a bad economic decision. That's just bad. That's just really, really bad. Let me go to you, because you have to be the playmaker here, I'm not gonna lie. Mad, because I'm not. Haha, hilarious. Yeah, this is where you have to drop pistols, because your teammates have way less money than you. They bought last round, and... Oh, let me just pause this for a second. They bought last round, and that's not their mistake. We're going to show you the scoreboard, right? Because of the loss bonus, right? So you win this round, you lose this round, you buy here. The reason you do it is because if you save here, and you save this round, you still... Okay, if you save here, you still have to save this round, and then you buy this round. If you buy here and save this round, you get to buy here, just a bit worse. You should have bought with your team here, you should have saved here, and then you should full buy here. And since you only got a 5.7 armor, okay, understandable. You should drop pistols here, and you should full buy here. Now your buy is going to be a bit crippled, it's going to be a bit separated. I don't like it. Let's get back to you. Maybe you win this round. Never mind. You kind of expose yourself to CT, you die a bit awkwardly. Not necessarily your fault. I would have played tighter elevator maybe, and just watch cat, but, you know. Not your fault. Let's see what the playmaker does. He probably should save though. No, okay, bomb's not down. Definitely shouldn't save. Um, but he's just in such an awkward spot money-wise. That was really awful. You really shouldn't have bought there. Awful's an overstatement. If he walks out, the smoke has a chance. Running out is ooh. Ooh. Okay, that guy whiffed. That guy whiffed actually pretty bad. Let's go back to you. Why? No, stop this. You're buying every round. This is just grotesque. Grotesque, come on. But seriously, don't buy every round. Skip the head armor here. Yeah, you could have gone to kit. You could have got the smoke for tunnels. Um, this is bad economic decision making, and you want to like have more consistent saves. Lucky kill. You want to have more consistent saves and like buys as a team, because like you semi-saved when your team bought, and then you force bought when your team semi-saved, and now you're like kind of buying when your team's like kind of buying. It's just not what you want to see. You want to have more organized buys. And that lead from B was a bit weird. I don't know what you're called though, but I imagine that's more communication than anything. Yeah, you kind of want to hold lower, because generally teams will rotate from lower, not T-spawn like these guys are doing. They're rotating from T-spawn, sure. You do hear one close mid, the pre-fire gets them, and that guy's isolated. You guys win this round.
I'm throwing smoke.
I'm assuming the spots that got long gets a kill. Nice. Nice round.
That is the plan.
You're going double up, and you're taking the Galil team player. And wow, that guy just kind of saved you. If he only gets one kill and gets traded, yeah, that's a pretty tough round to win. Now it's up to round 3, and you guys know where bomb is, so you can get set up properly. Very good job for Beach here, and that's a big gap in the smoke. You should have gone closer. You should have gone closer to spot that gap, because look how obvious that gap is. You're going to get one kill out for sure out of these dudes jumping, but you're far back with the Galil, which you don't know how to spray the Galil, and I know you don't. And you don't even shoot, and yeah, it's just a bit awkward. So getting up closer would probably have been the smarter decision. I don't think it'll cost you guys. I think you can win this round. Oh, yeah, I mean, you still got the idea down. Let's see how they play this 1v1. I'm actually more curious in the T, because he has bomb down, and yeah, he's gonna get wrecked from long. I don't think he's gonna... Oh, he thought about it, just for a bit, but knife out... Yeah, okay. He should have thought about long, but... Yeah, as soon as he mollied Cat actually and saw nothing CT, he definitely should have looked long. I don't know what he was doing. Anyway, this is your match point. I think you can win this. No, I think you lose this round and win the next. You get the auto. Jesus Christ, man. Have some respect, XD. You spot suicide. Understandable. Yeah, this is a decent spot to auto from. Though I wouldn't even auto in this situation. Yeah, I'd rather auto mid. They heard it, so the kind of game is up. I'm sure they're talking in chat about how it's bad. Baited, you cheeky. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry for foreplay. Yeah, this is a good spot. This is good. Yeah. You kind of scared that guy from pushing with his teammate. If he pushed with his teammate, he would have traded you and got the bomb plant, though it's still been a 1-on-3. Let's go into him, honestly. No offense to you, but like I want to see how he plays this. This is a pretty intense situation for him, especially because he doesn't have much HP. So, yeah, he gets caught out. Okay, GG. Overall, what I thought about it, he played decent, obviously. I'm not even gonna lie, I would have preferred if you gave me a demo with more mistakes, and I know this was definitely not your most mistake-filled demo. You went 29 and 15. However, I'm gonna send you some of the things I noticed, and good luck in your future games.